Hello. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I'm so grateful that you're here. This video is about crystals for alignment with your soul, for finding your destiny and bringing it out into the world, and just connection with your path, your Tao, and your higher self. So let's get started. Get my intention candle lit. And of course, my intention for this video and for always is that you're able to find alignment with your higher self, with your path, and your soul, that I'm able to help you along that path in any way that I can, and also for you to have a restful, wonderful, healing night's sleep. And my intention that I always carry for you to find your highest path and your connection with your soul. I always have that intention, but this video will specifically highlight some of the crystals that I like to use for that purpose. So I have been doing a lot of that work myself recently, and I thought it would be a perfect time to talk about a lot of these crystals because unfortunately I am not alone in having a bit of a life shock and having a bit of the rug pulled out from under me. And what's great about that is that it's put me in power. It has given me agency over the next steps in my life. I get to decide what those steps look like, and it's a very empowering feeling, but it's also a terrifying one. So these are some of the crystals that I've been working with as I try to navigate and figure out what I'm gonna do now. So these really have been instrumental and well-timed. It might be coincidental that they are two of the last lots that I got in, but I don't think so, because I think that the universe is really good at that kind of thing, and it turns out that they were the crystals I needed most, and that I think all of us need most right now. So let's see where I should start. I'll start out with the main one. I usually kind of like to save that for last, but I have a lot to say about it, so I think I'm just going to get us kicked off with my favorite crystal for the moment, and really one of the most beautiful crystals that there are to work with finding your path. So that crystal is Faden quartz. And I've already talked about Faden quartz in my video for Aries. And the ways that I spoke about it in the video is that it helps you kind of soften tunnel vision and soften, ultra focus, and really allow you to enjoy the journey and the experience rather than being so focused on the end goal. And all of these things are true about Faden quartz, but there's a lot more about it as well. So Faden quartz gets its name because they all have this line that's running through them, and Faden is German for thread. And this one's a little bit more difficult to see, but this is one of my favorite personal pieces. And you can see the gorgeous thread running through. I think I need a dark background. There we go. So this one I've been sleeping with under my pillow for about a week. But it's got that perfect line just running straight through. And when we speak about threads, we all have threads in our life that we've connected and woven together, and all of those threads form the tapestry that is our life experience, that is our lives, basically, our history, our past, our future, our present. It's all interwoven in this beautiful tapestry. And so Faden quartz can help us to identify the threads that are worth pursuing, that are important to us, and which ones maybe need to be weeded out. It can also just help us weave together and sort of understand where to go. The way that these crystals form is so cool. So they form between two rocks, two host crystals, or just two giant host rocks. And these host rocks slowly move away from each other over the course of, millions of years. So nothing quick. It's over a very long time. But these crystals start out as a seed in between the two, and over time, as this crystal or as the two host rocks move away from each other, that little seed crystal that's in between recrystallizes and adds, and so it's continually growing. And then these other crystals kind of start growing off of the initial seed solution. So they call it the original solution is that thread in the middle. And it contains material that is ancient, that is from the beginning of the earth. And it's this beautiful record of history and of energy. And all these little crystals, like rock candy, I'm not sure if you've seen rock candy grow, but you can do it on a thread or on a stick, and it just crystallizes around this initial solution or host rock, and this beautiful crystals start to form, and just over time they get bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's said that inside them it just contains this energy that is so wise and so knowledgeable, and that also helps us to identify and connect with our wisdom about our path. And even if two, big life pieces are moving away from each other, we still have this record, we still have this information, this beautiful path, this thread that is still holding the pieces together and crystallizing all of these beautiful experiences, these beautiful events, these beautiful life happenings, moments. So it's almost like a calendar. And this is a piece that you can really see the thread well on as it runs through. I love these really kind of tabby ones that are so thin, so delicate. It's such a gorgeous piece. And this is probably my favorite one from the whole lot that I am keeping. You can really see well the thread through this one. Sometimes they contain gas and the solution may have not completely finished forming, so sometimes there's bubbles inside them and different air bubbles or fluid bubbles, but you can see, and a lot of them have kind of a twist to the shape because the two rocks maybe don't move away perfectly. They might shift along the way, and the whole record is kept throughout this gorgeous crystal. This one's kind of shaped like a pistol. It's got this really cool, almost like Herkimer diamond shape on the end. So, and they've got the energy. You can really tell how high vibrational these are by their sound. I love these crystals. They are not one that I originally connected with a ton, but now are a staple. I've slept with one by my bedside for months and months, and I just love these. They are, if you get a couple of them together too, here is how crystalline, and they're like singing quartz, but even more high vibrational than singing quartz. And this one, I'm not sure if it'll pick up or not. It has some of them, just because of the crazy ways that they form, moving along this path throughout their lives and having all these different types of, there it is. This one has a beautiful rainbow inside. It's on both sides too. This one's got a really neat little singular blade coming off. And just the clarity of these are so stunning. They're just water clear. They catch the light so beautifully. So in the sunlight, they are even more stunning and gorgeous. They just refract the light around inside them, really more than most other quartz crystals I've seen. For some reason, they just carry this light inside. So not only do they help you identify your path, they illuminate it for you. So I just got a huge lot of these. There's like 150 of them, and they range in size from little tiny ones that are this big to bigger than I even realized existed in Faden quartz. Something this big, even on this one alone, probably took millions of years to form. And I've got ones that are even larger, and it's really phenomenal. Like I said, I did not even know they came as big as some of the ones that I got. So I do have some of these in the shop at the moment, but there will be many, many more to come. I also have a few that have brookite inclusions, which are really special. And brookite is a titanium material, so it adds strength to the equation, and in times you might really need some extra strength. So if I could recommend one crystal for alignment with your path and with your destiny and your soul, and tying together all the threads of fate, my favorite oracle deck is called Threads of Fate, and I think it's perfect with these. Their description actually is one that I kind of just mentioned earlier about how we have the tapestry and all the threads that come together. So I love that company, and I love all of their decks. So I recommend working with that one. And the next crystal I love for finding alignment is Topaz. Topaz is another one that it's really exacting and really it's almost surgical in its precision. Its energy is so crisp. Its energy is so crisp and clear, precise, and it helps me to focus. And you can see this one has a perfect, I'm not sure if it's an inclusion or just a maybe a dislocation in the mineral lattice or the crystal lattice, but it's got a perfect line right through the center. And this is the crystal that I talk about. If you draw a line, if you need to make a line on the wall and you need to mark a space, if you're trying to balance or create an even and level line, you have a device that stretches out a thread, and that thread is coated with usually a red chalk, and you snap it. So you pull the thread back and it snaps against the wall and creates a line. And that is how I feel like these topaz crystals work with our energy. So they snap our central channel and help it become taut and aligned, and that lines up all the chakras, that lines up all of the meridians, and it's a really powerful energetic tool. And all of the chalk that sort of blows away is energy that is no longer serving, or energy that is disharmonious or stale or stagnant. And you can imagine just snapping our central channel, and all of that, all of the extra just falls away and is able to be recycled, or is able to be returned to its natural state, or where it came from, if it no longer belongs with you. So I love, love, love working with Topaz for alignment. And I will soon have, this is a type of sherry topaz that I have on smoky quartz. And I talked about this in some of my last videos. I premiered them at the Huntsville Gem and Mineral Show. And I will say not a ton of them sold. I was really surprised, because this combination is pretty, I've never seen it before. It's very, very rare. These topaz are just complete gem topaz. It looks like a little, like a candy just nestled on there, or like a gummy candy or something. They are so stunning. And what's great about this combination is you've got this sherry colored topaz that works well with the sacral chakra, and our sacral kind of connects with our kidneys, and our in Chinese medicine, that is our destiny. And the smoky quartz helps ground the energy, so you're able to really, not only are you snapping your central channel and clearing out unwanted energy, you've got this smoky quartz that's going to absorb what is not yours, and be a calming and a grounding and a friendly energy. So, you know, in a time of upheaval, and you know, the world is pretty crazy. It's kind of a mess right now, it seems like, everywhere. So smoky quartz, I think, is one of the friendliest, most accessible crystals. And that energy can be a really calming presence. You know, I spent a week really scared, and my nervous system was upset, and smoky quartz is one of the best crystals for just calming chaos. You know, in Chinese medicine, we might say it's Xiaoyang, which is a fluctuation. It's kind of a chaotic energy, or chaotic qi, or pestilent qi, all of these energies that just kind of run amok in our bodies. The topaz will help to clear out, and the smoky quartz will calm and absorb and ground. And I love even sleeping with smoky quartz. It's one of my favorites to keep by the bedside, or in the bed, or under the pillow, just because it is grounding and calming, and it absorbs chaotic energy in general. And if you have any of that kind of energy, it's hard to sleep. So and then you can have your topaz working in the background while you're sleeping. And I like to set my intention in the crystals. So smoky quartz, again, will be great for holding an intention. And the Topaz will be great for carrying out the intention, and you can just kind of keep it on you, and it's not something you have to be completely cognizant of all the time, or being, you don't have to keep bringing it up into consciousness. You can just let these kind of do the work in the background. So I do recommend. Gabe is down here. Hi. He's not made an appearance in quite some time, but he is definitely a little magical. This would probably be one of his favorite crystals too. This is kind of like his tail. So we may see him. And his name's Gabriel, like the angel. So there you go. But I will have many of these available in the shop soon. So I like the Sherry Topaz for a little bit more of a grounded manifestation. The clear can be almost too intense sometimes, so the Sherry color kind of helps bring it down to earth, and that can really help too, because we're trying to manifest on this plane. We are manifesting on this earth, not in the spiritual realm. So we are bringing spirit to present, and this color really helps with that. So we want to stay grounded and stay calm and focused. It's great for focus. So, and speaking of manifesting through the earth, I just talked about this crystal in the last video, but I think it's important to talk about again. This is Fluorite from Indu, Inner Mongolia, China. And why I bring this crystal up again is we have this purple crystal with red in it, and this deep sort of blue, violet, purple, red crystal. And in Chinese medicine, like I mentioned earlier, and in the last video when I talked about these, the heart represents our connection with the world. So it's about our relationships and our the way we interact with others, and how we put our energy and our spirit into the world. And our kidneys are, in Chinese medicine, what holds our destiny, our Tao, our curriculum, our blueprints. And if you're able to connect those two through what they call the heart-kidney axis, you create a purple color by mixing the heart, which is red, and the blue of the kidneys, and bring that out into the world. So it's coming out of your sacral area, out of the deep waters of creation. And even if you don't have a womb, you still have a womb chakra and a womb space. That is what helps you manifest into the world. So this, having that deep purple and red, helps with that and connects those two and helps you manifest your curriculum and your path and your destiny. And as many traditions would say, it has that red, which is great for manifesting, and is one of the colors that a lot of people use for really taking things from the etheric plane and bringing them to the physical plane. So that's one of the best things that this crystal can do as well. And really these two, they're great. They have almost a red color for bringing the etheric into the physical. The other crystal that I have that was taught to me is so great for this exact thing is Labradorite. And Labradorite is a very well-known crystal. It's very popular crystal. And Labradorite kind of has, this one has a rainbow. It has all colors in it. It's a really beautiful piece. It truly has a full rainbow of colors inside, and a little heart. This one, I can't even get the colors to show up. It just looks kind of regular here. But anyway, again, we've got that blue that connects with the kidneys and the destiny and our sort of life path, and helps bring that out into the world. Labradorite is one that's really magical. It helps connect us to our inner magic and our womb chakra. Even if you don't have a womb, still you have that space of creation, and just really a void that gives the possibility for anything, the infinite possibility. And Labradorite is one of my favorites for working with our inner magic, and what could be better for aligning yourself with your path than accessing your own personal brand of magic. So I highly recommend Labradorite for that. And it's a very protective stone as well, so and a very grounding stone. So it's great for all of those things I mentioned. I definitely need protection when I'm a little bit scattered, when I'm a little bit unmoored, or feeling rudderless. Those are the times when you can find yourself connecting with darker energies or disharmonious energies. We all kind of cling to things, whether they be coping mechanisms or fall back into patterns that aren't in our best interest. So Labradorite can really help us access our sovereignty and keep us protected and grounded. So definitely love my Labradorite. And the last crystal that, I will mention this one. This is a piece of that Fluorite from Mindu, Inner Mongolia, and I hope you can see how red this one is. Of course you can't. You can see how magical it is, though. This crystal is truly one of my favorite, most magical crystals that I own. This is the one, this glows in the dark, this crystal here. I was speaking about it in my last video, and this is actually the one that it was. I had it by my head at night, and I could just see something glowing out of the corner of my eye, and I didn't know what it was. It freaked me out. And it turns out that it was this crystal. So if you charge them up with enough light energy, they will hold on to that and they will disperse it. So again, it's another beautiful way that this crystal is able to kind of work through your energy field and help you to buffer your energy, help you to expend your energy wisely and exceptionally transmutational, which is also really helpful. So it takes energies that are not harmonious and makes them harmonious. And I brought this one in because it's on this matrix of a type of pyrite. And pyrite is the next mineral that I wanted to talk about. This is actually what I believe to be arsenopyrite. It's very alchemical, very, this crystal is so cool. And yeah, pyrite is my next mineral. This is actually Marcasite, but they are the same chemically. They just have different growth structures, different sort of crystal structures. And they manifest a little bit differently in the world, even in their forms. And I like actually Marcasite for this specific need a little bit better than pyrite. So this is a really cool example of a spiky, gorgeous Marcasite type of almost flower mineral. And I speak about pyrite because it is a mirror mineral, and the mirrors help reflect yourself back to you. And not only just a reflection of yourself, but a reflection of the most beautiful version of yourself. So it's like looking in a mirror and seeing, you can look in the mirror and see your highest self, see the best version of yourself, and help bring that into reality. It's an incredibly grounding stone. I keep pyrite on me anytime I meditate, because when I'm coming back to earth, when I'm coming back into my body, it's heavy, it's grounding, it's got iron in it, and it also just helps me to find myself so I can see myself. And that's really helpful when I've been in deep meditation, and you can lose kind of perspective of who you are, and if you're just in the etheric realms, you gotta come back in here, and I love it for that too. So pyrite, these are actually probably more of a pyrite over Marcasite, just kind of depending. So some of the things that are really cool about pyrite also is that it's got monatomic gold in the crystal lattice structure. Look that up. Just look up monatomic gold, or a new type of gold found within pyrite. And as you can imagine, gold is one of the best crystals or minerals or elements for helping us. That's Gabe behind the chair. He's getting impatient with me tonight. Gold really helps us to find alignment and illuminates our path as well, and really helps us to again see the best version of ourselves and have the best version of ourselves reflected back to us. Also, pyrite has sulfur in it, and sulfur helps us to burn away all that is no longer in resonance. Sulfur is a really incredible mineral for just burning away. It's one of the most powerful flames, and you can imagine just like that hot sulfur fire, like a hot spring that just burns away everything not in alignment and leaves you with this beautiful reflection of all that is true and all that is you and your soul and yourself and what makes you special. And one of the reasons I like Marcasite even better than Pyrite for alignment is that a lot of the times you'll see, this one has a good example, some multicolors within it. So there's some greens and some blues and even some oranges. And I think it's just helps us to highlight our individuality. These are such unique crystals. I'm really loving, I just got a fresh lot of these, so they will also be available on my site very soon. And I will have all of these too. I'm going to be vending the winter solstice market at Low Mill this year again, and you'll be able to get both of these incredible crystals there too. So, I just like seeing all the different colors and unique shapes and forms, and really just highlighting our individuality and what makes us special and unique in our own, specific mix of colors and frequencies and energies, and what makes us unique. So, beautiful, special crystals for that. This is another one of my favorites. And just the shape, too, is so cool and interesting. And I truly love Marcasite. It just has a little bit extra frequency than Pyrite. It's got a little bit additive, a little bit more unique, more special. It's much harder to come by. And it's just got a little something different. So again, it's really great for grounding, for clearing out, and for reflecting ourselves back to us in the way that we would like to see ourselves. And the last crystal I have is purple apatite. And I've talked about, it's actually Fluorapatite. I've talked about these a ton, and I will link the video. But the main reason I bring up purple apatite again is for that purple color that connects our heart-kidney axis. So red from the heart, blue from the kidneys, bringing that out into the world. But we've also got a beautiful phosphorus mineral inside here that helps us bring the etheric into the physical. I talk all about that in the video too. So we've really got a beautiful and incredible special crystal for taking ideas and thoughts, thought form energies, and making them tangible and real and present in this earth plane. So purple apatite is one of my favorites. It's also very high vibrational and very special, and if you find a piece that resonates with you, it's a lifelong friend. It's such a unique and cool crystal to work with. And then we have transmutational energies as well. So really the full spectrum with purple apatite. So those are the ones that I have specifically, are the ones that are stepping forward at this time to help us with manifesting our dreams and our realities, and just helping us to find our destiny and our path, and to follow that path, and just stay connected with it, and if you lose it, you can just come back to it again. It's okay. That's part of being a human. It's part of this journey and this experience. So give yourself grace and know that it's all part of the process and it's all part of the journey. I love Faden Quartz for that, just to help us, give us a little bit of grace, help us to enjoy the experience and not get too laser focused, but just enjoy life and enjoy this unique, crazy rock that we're on, spinning through space. So yeah, that is all that I have for you in this video. Thank you again so much for everything, and let me know what types of videos you'd like to see, what kinds of crystal collections I can put together, and any specific things you'd like to learn about. So I'm always here for that, and would love to help you guys learn more about these incredible allies that we have. So I will leave it at that and say thank you so much again. Please subscribe if you can, and I'm just so grateful for each and every one of you. Good night. I love you. Thank you.